Kunimitsu II, daughter of the original Kunimitsu and apparent rival of Yoshimitsu, is a versatile and elegant ninja who excels at space control and mixing up her opponents with her plethora of mix-up stances, strings, and a strong Fullcrouch Mixup. After going through a massive redesign, she inherits a lot of moves from the original Kunimitsu, while also bringing completely new moves to the table, which makes her feel like more of a complete character in comparison to the earlier Kunimitsu. Though she may lack strong neutral low pokes, she more than makes up for that with her oppressive space control, as well as her unorthodox playstyle, which makes it very hard for your opponent to defend against her. And most importantly, she looks cool as fuck. Kunimitsu's punishment leaves almost nothing to be desired. Even though she might lack a generic standing 12-frame wall split, her forward 2 can wall split with enough execution. Her go-to 10-frame punisher is 1-2-2, which yields a hefty 26 damage and leaves her at +4 on hit. By using 1-1-2 back, she can also sacrifice 11 damage to go into back turn for more mix-ups. Kuni can also choose to use 1-1 in order to access her 1-1 mix-up strings. At 12 frames, she can choose to use 2-2 for 26 damage and a chance to pressure the opponent with her 2-2-2-2-2 string. Her preferred 12-frame punish though is 4-2, which yields 30 damage and leaves her in back turn at +6 for some crazy mix-ups. At 13 frames, we finally get an easy mode wall split. Her forward 2-3 deals a whopping 32 damage and has great reach, making it a reliable punisher even on moves with pushback. Also at 13 frames, her quarter circle forward 2 offers great reach to punish otherwise impossible to reach moves, usually being around 17 frames. Her crouchless 2 can be used as a very strong block punish, since it can be fully buffered, making it 14 frames instead of 17 frames. Finally, at 15 frames, we can choose between down forward 2 and either up forward 3 or up forward 3-4. Since both our up forward 3 options launch, you can use it to throw off your opponent's punishing timing. Beware though, that although the second hit is jailing, both options are unsafe. Also at 15 frames, we have a quarter circle forward 1 or kunai, which can be used to punish a variety of otherwise safe moves, as well as whiff punish. Another very unique move Kunimitsu possesses is forward 4-2, which has a startup of 9 frames, but requires a forward input, making it effectively at least 11 frames with perfect execution, though it's more realistic to use it for -12 moves or more. Moving over to her while standing punishment, she has a dig jab for 10 frames and a while standing 4 for 11. For 13 frames, she has a while standing 1-1, which deals 26 damage and leaves the opponent in crouch at -3, forcing him into a very unfavorable situation. At 14 frames, while standing 2-4 hits for 34 damage and gives a ballerina stun in the open and a wall split near the wall. And at 15 frames, Kunimitsu has access to a while standing 3 as well as her up forward 3-4 to launch her opponents. Kunimitsu's jab strings are one of her main ways of poking, or starting pressure in general. Also, they do look pretty cool. She can choose between going for either 1-1 or 1-2. 1-2 is only -1 on block, but is very linear and can be ducked. But is useful for continuing your pressure. While 1-1 may be -5 on block, the second hit is a mid that tracks well to her right side. If your opponent is constantly trying to take his turn after 1-1, you can use 112 to interrupt him. 112 is safe on block and wall splits, but can be easily stepped to Kunimitsu's left. To discourage players from stepping, Kuni can use 111, but keep in mind that 111 can be interrupted and is -11 on block. Once the opponent is conditioned to respect Kuni's 1-1 options, 114 can be applied. 114 is +3 on block and guarantees a forward 2 on hit, but can be easily floated and stepped to both directions. Kunimitsu can use up back 2 to catch people pressing buttons. It deals 45 damage while leaving the opponent in a favorable Okizeme situation. After counter it up back 2, a quarter circle 2 catches every get up option, apart from holding back. Still, it being a high means more defensive players might duck it or use high crushing offense. You can also go into Katon stance with 1-1-1+2. More about stances later. When it comes to her 1-2 extensions, we have of course 1-2-2, her 10 frame punish. 1-2-4 is a wall splitting string that is fully natural on counter hit. It has to be used with due consideration though, since it's not confirmable and -14 on block. 1-2-2 can also be cancelled into back turn stance by holding back. Kunimitsu also possesses a strong down forward 1, being only -2 on block, while possessing follow-ups. The down forward 1-3 is a mid-high, but it's natural on counter hit, with the second hit launching on counter hit. To discourage opponents from ducking her down forward 1-3, Kuni can also use her down forward 1-2. While the down forward 1-2 might be -10 on block, you can always add the third wall splitting hit with down forward 1-2-2. Just be aware that down forward 1-2-2 is -14 on block. Apart from her great down forward 1, Kunimitsu also possesses a 12 frame down forward 4 to quickly check on the opponent. It offers +2 on hit, but on block Kuni loses her turn at -9, so it's better to use that move at a distance in order to not give up your turn completely, or make the opponent whiff. Down forward 3+4 back is also a great poke, as well as a great way to get into back turn, being only -2 on block and a whopping +7 on hit, making it one of the best tools to get into a back turn in neutral. Down 1 is another great poking tool that is only -3 on block and +5 on hit, and guarantees a forward 2 on counter hit. Combined with its generous range, makes this move a great mid counter hit tool for Kunimitsu. Her down back 4 is neutral on hit and gives amazing +8 on counter hit, while also being almost impossible to sidestep. But keep in mind that this attack doesn't have any crushing properties and is rather slow with 17 frames of startup. Another useful low poke is down 3, while on its own being -3 on hit and -14 on block. You can always add the second high to catch people who are eager to punish or interrupt. Also possessing great tracking, Kunimitsu should be wary of getting the second hit ducked. Down back 3-3 is yet another useful low, even more so since it high crushes. Being -19 on block though, forces her to use it smartly, especially since only the first 2 hits are natural on normal hit. Luckily, similar to Yoshimitsu, she can add additional lows and mids to make it harder for the opponent to punish correctly. Similar to her other lows, this low tracks heavily to both sides. Down 4 is a safer high crushing low, while also being 12 frames fast and possessing good tracking to both sides. Although it only deals 7 damage, compared to the 15 damage down back 3-3 yields, it's only -13 on block and can be used to force your opponent into a small poking mix-up. Kunimitsu has access to a powerful Fullcrouch Mixup, thanks to her Fullcrouch down forward 3 and Fullcrouch down forward 2. Her Fullcrouch down forward 2 is a great way of getting your opponent to duck, while also being safer than her full crouch down forward 3. Being a sword attack means it cannot be low parried, which in combination with it being +2 on hit and only -12 on block, makes it a great low poke in general, and a great way of frustrating the opponent into ducking. Though it may be a bit slow at 22 frames of startup, so beware of abusing this low too much. Full crouch down forward 3 represents the juicier lower option out of full crouch, with a guaranteed forward 2 on hit. Just be aware that this low staggers on block. Once your opponent has had enough of eating lows, you can mix him up with up forward 4, or while standing 3, for an even bigger reward. Keep in mind that while standing 3 in contrast to up forward 4 is unsafe on block. Forward 2 is guaranteed after up forward 4, but with a micro dash you can also connect the crouch dash too. Her rage drive forward 2+3 is +6 on block, can be used as a whiff punisher and as a combo ender. Forward 3+4 on the other hand is a high homing move with great range that comes out at 18 frames and launches on counter hit. Acting as a power crush, screw and long range homing move, we have back 2. Forward 3 transitions Kuni into her set stance while quickly approaching the opponent. This is a great way to quickly catch up to your opponent, and especially set 2 is a great long range checkup. Her wall bounce, down back 1+2, is quite safe at -14, but due to it being a backswing blow, it can catch a lot of people off guard. Last but not least, her 3+4 is obviously her best move. I still haven't figured out what it actually does, but neither has your opponent. Kunimitsu can enter Katon stance by using 1+2, 1-1-1+2, and 2-2-1+2. Her options out of Katon are Cat 1, which can be stepped to the left, but guarantees a 2-2 on counter hit, thus enabling Kuni to repeat the situation. Her Cut 2 crushes highs, but is unsafe at -11. Cut 3 is a safe and evasive mid checkup that can be extended into a launcher with Cut 3-2. Cut 3-2 itself is -16, so it should be used sparingly. Cat 4 is the lower option out of cat stance. Though it may be -16 on block and -2 on hit, you can always add the second hit of Cat 4-2, which is a counter hit launcher. Cut up can be used to evade your opponent's attempt to interrupt, or to confuse the opponent. You can also transition into Setsunagake stance and backturn stance by inputting forward and back respectively. Setsunagake stance can be entered by using forward 3, 2-2-2 forward, forward 4 forward, while standing 2-4 forward, and backturn 1-3 forward. Kunimitsu can cancel the stance by holding back. This can be especially useful when using set stance to approach the opponent, to throw his keep out timing off. Additionally, it's also possible to recover in crouch after set. This can be used to initiate her Fullcrouch Mixup from afar. Set stance shares some moves properties with her 1-1 strings. Set 1-2-1 is mainly used as a combo tool, but can be used as a mix-up string, similar to 1-1-1. Set 1-2-2 can be used to discourage your opponent from interrupting your offense. Set 1-2-3 can be used as a mid-mix-up, as well as a way to quickly get in your opponent's back to start a backturn mix-up. Set 1-4 is used to continue your offense and get your opponent to press buttons again. Once the opponent starts pressing buttons, you can apply set 2 to get a wall split plus frames or a combo on counter hit. Another great but risky counter hit tool is set 3. While only neutral on hit, it launches on counter hit and high crushes. While mainly used for combos, set 4-3 can be occasionally used to mix up your opponent's timing or get into backturn from a distance. Set up forward 4 is mainly used as a combo ender and is -14 on block, but wall breaks when used in combos. Kuni also has access to a throw mix-up during set stance. By inputting 1+2, Kuni performs a 1+2 break throw, and by inputting 1+4, Kuni performs a 1 break throw. Urakarin, or back turn stance, can be entered from 1-2-2 back, 2-2-2-2-2 back, 4-2, down forward 3+4 back, forward forward 3+4 back, and sidestep 2 back. Once in back turn, Kuni has access to some scary mix-ups and poking strings. Kunimitsu's back turn stance shares a couple of moves with her set stance, these strings being 1-2-1, 1-2-2, and 1-2-4. Her quickest way of exiting back turn, apart from holding back, is down 3 at 10 frames, followed by 2-3, which has the same properties as her 12th frame forward 2-3. Back turn 1-3 on the other hand is mostly used for combos, as out in the open it just acts as a way to go into set stance. Her back turn 3 can be used to evade lows and guarantees a back turn down 2 on hit. Speaking of back turn down 2, this is used to high crush highs and gives a free forward forward 2 on counter hit. It being a knife also makes it impossible to low parry. Another low poke from back turn is down 4, though it lacks any counter hit properties and is with -14 1 frame unsafer than down 2. To stop your opponent from stepping, Kuni can use her back turn 4, which gives her a ballerina stun on hit and a launcher on counter hit. Back turn 1+2 is a fast and safe mid checkup that is particularly useful to keep your opponent honest and stop him from pressing buttons after her 12 frame punish or down back 3+4 back. If you enter back turn during heavy frame disadvantage, you can always try to parry with 3+4. Just be aware that the wary opponent can sidestep your follow-up even if the parry connects. Kunimitsu can also access a true throw mix-up from back turn. Back turn 1+4 results in a 1+2 break, whereas back turn 2+3 results in a 1 break. For down forward 2, use up forward 3-4 into forward 4 forward. Hold forward to go into set stance, then input 4. From back turn, input 4 to screw, then dash in deep for another forward 4 forward and apply an ender of your choice. Alternatively, use back 4 to get into back turn, then press 1-3 and hold forward to enter set stance, then use 1-1 to screw, deep dash into a forward 4 forward and again apply ender of choice. After ending a combo with forward 4-4, your enders of choice are: set up forward 4 to get a floor break on certain stages, as well as good damage when no wall is in sight. Set 3-4 for wall carry. Set 1 into quarter circle forward 1 for max damage and a side switch, and rage drive for even more damage and a wall splat from very far away. The same concepts will apply for all the following bread and butter combos.